Hello, good morning, everyone. So, today we are going to do the fifth chapter, The Happy Prince, written by Oscar Wilde. So, what is this story about? The Happy Prince is a story about a beautifully decorated statue of a prince who was living a happy life. And when he died, then his statue was made at a high point from where he was able to see that how much sorrow was there in his country. And then he gave all his possessions to the needy people with the help of a kind swallow. And this bird at the last sacrificed its life for the noble cause of the prince. Let's move to the summary. The happy prince was a statue that stood above a tall column high above the city. He was decorated with gold and jewels. One night a swallow stopped by the city on his way to Egypt and decided to rest for a night at the feet of the statue. However, when he was preparing to go for a sleep, drops of water fell on him, although the sky was clear. When the curious bird looked up, he was astonished to see the prince statue weeping. So, what has happened? Happy prince statue was made. Statue means a figure of a person that is made in the form of a stone, and it was made on a very high pillar from where all the city was visible, decorated with gold and jewels. One night, what happened? A migratory bird, swallow, it stopped by the city on its way to the Egypt, and it decided to rest at the feet of the statue. When it was taking a rest, then what happened? Some drops of the water fell on that swallow. When it looked on the top, the sky was very clear. So this bird was very surprised. For what? To see that the statue was beeping. The swallow asked the statue about the reason behind his tears, and the statue told him his story, how he used to be happy prince and he knew no sorrow or tears. But now, as the statue sat up high, he could see the ugliness and the misery of the city. This made him weep. When the swallow now it asks the reason that why this means statue was beeping, so the statue told all its story that once I was a happy prince and there was no sorrow in my city, no people, no tears in my palace. But when I died, my statue is made, and from now I am able to see that how much unfortunate condition or how much unattractiveness or how much poorness is there in my city. So that's why I am beeping. The swallow was amazed to hear that the statue heart was made of lead, but was too polite to make any personal remark. Meanwhile, the statue told the swallow he could see a poor seamstress seated at the table from the open window of her house far away in the little street, embroidering flowers on the satin gown for the queen's loveliest maid of honor. So, what the swallow was amazed or surprised to hear from the statue that its heart was made of lead, but it was very polite. So, then the statue started telling its story. It told the swallow that I had seen a poor maid teller who is sitting on its table and making a gown for the queen's loveliest maid, and this is the that she is very much sorrow, she is full of pittiness, she is very much sad. In the same room, her little boy was lying in the corner. Why the lady was sad? Because her little boy who was lying in the corner was suffering from fever. He had fever and was asking his mother to give him oranges. Sadly, his mother was so poor that she could not give him anything but river water. The statue urged the swallow to take out the ruby from his sword hilt and give it to the poor seamstress. So now the prince told that the boy is having fever and his mother is very poor. The boy is again and again asking for the oranges, but the lady is so poor that she can't afford for the oranges. So the statue requested the swallow that please take the dark red jewel from my sword, from my weapon, and give to that poor maid tailor. At first, the swallow refused, but when the prince requested him to stay only for one night, the bird agreed on seeing his sad face. He picked out the great ruby from the prince's sword and flew to the seamstress as messenger of happy prince. On the way, he overheard a beautiful girl complaining to her lover about the delay by the seamstress in completing her wall dance dress. So what happened? First the swallow refused that I'm not going to do this. But when the prince requested that please stay for only single night, so the bird agreed. looking at the sad face of the statue, and it took the ruby and it started to move. When it was going on the way, what it saw was he heard the beautiful girl who was complaining to her lover about the delay that was made by that tailor, that she was not able to complete her dress. Finally, he reached the poor woman's house and laid the great ruby on the table beside the woman's thimble and flew round the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with the wings. And so now what happened? This swallow, it reached the poor woman's house and it laid the ruby on the table where the lady was sitting, and it started to move around the bed of the boy by fanning the boy's forehead with its wings. Ultimately, this thing what it did was it brought relief to the boy, and the boy went to a peaceful sleep. So the swallow, it returned back and reported all what it had done. He also remarked that he was feeling warm, although it was actually quite cold. The prince told him that it was so because he had done a good deed. Now the swallow, when it returned, it has told everything that what I have done so, and he told that I am feeling quite, means although it is very cold, but I am feeling warmness. So the prince told that this is so because you have done a very good job. Next day, the swallow flew to the river, had a bath, and decided to leave for Egypt that night. He visited all the monuments and sat on the top of the church steeple for a long time. When the moon came up, he flew back to the statue and told him that he was steering for Egypt. So now what happened next day? The swallow, it flew to the river, it took bath, and it decided that I am going to go to Egypt. So this swallow, it visited all the monuments and it sat on the top of the church steeple. When the moon came up, it decided to go back to the statue, and then he was starting to go for Egypt, that I will tell the statue that I am going to go to Egypt. Now the happy prince urged him to stay for one more night. Happy prince told that please stay for one more night. He wanted to help the young playwright who was trying to finish a play for the director of the theater. Now the happy prince just requested that one more night you please stay, because I want to help a young dramatist who is trying to finish, or who is trying to complete his play, that is for the director of the theater. It was too cold and he was unable to write further. Now as it was very cold, this dramatist, he was not able to write, as there was no fire in the grate, so he did not even have any food also. So the swallow asked that if he could take another ruby to the writer. So the swallow told that if you want that I should take the another ruby and help that playwright. The prince sighed that he did not have any other ruby, so he urged the swallow to pluck out the sphere from one of his eyes. Now the prince told that I am not having any ruby, so you can do is you take one of the sphere, precious stone, from one of my eye. He said that the writer would sell it and buy the firewood and finish his play. So he told that the writer will sell that and he will get the firewood and he will just burn that, and he will be able to complete his play. So the swallow began to weep and told the prince that he could tear away his eye. But the prince told the swallow to follow his command. Now the swallow started to cry that by doing so you will not be able to see. So the prince, he told that no problem, you follow as whatever my orders are. Hence the swallow plucked the prince's eye and flew to the young writer and left the sphere on the dried flowers on his table. The playwright was filled with joy and thought that the sphere was gift from one of his admirers. Now the swallow, it took out the sphere from the prince's eye and it went to the young writer. He played the sphere on the dried flowers that were lying on the table, and the playwright was very happy to see this, and it was very playwright was thinking that it was very good thing that one of my praisers had just sent this sphere as a gift to me.